everyone. Welcome back to When Jillian Speaks. And today is another day. I'm hoping you're all okay while listening to me. Um, just letting you know that this podcast is a voice only podcast. So that means kahit ano yung ginagawa mo, nagda-drive ka man, you're lying down with your headphone, and doing house chores, you can just leave me in the background so you don't need to get your eyes glued on the screen of your phone or on your PC wherever you are listening right now. And my name is Jillian, and tonight gusto kong samahan ako at gusto ko ring samahan yung mga taong nag-overthink sa relationship nila. Okay. Ito yung mga taong may gut feeling na may mali. Pero pilit pa rin kumakapit. There you go. Ito yung mga tao na paulit-ulit nasasaktan pero umaasa pa rin magbabago yung mahal nila. I have been there. I've been there. Been there, done that. So, and if that's you for tonight, I hope this episode helps you to see things more clearly. Because tonight, pag-uusapan natin ang red flags sa relationship. Those warning signs of people often ignore because of love. Minsan kasi kapag mahal natin yung tao, yung nagiging bulag na tayo. Totoo yun. And we excuse bad behavior, we tolerate disrespect, we ignore the pain. Kasi umaasa tayo, we're becoming very hopeful, especially kung may nararamdaman ka na sa tao emotionally, right? So, umaasa tayo magbabago sila, umaasa tayo maaayos pa, umaasa tayong eventually ibibigay rin nila yung pagmamahal na deserve natin. But sometimes red flags are not challenges to fix. Sometimes they are warnings meant to protect us. So tonight, let's talk honesty and honestly about the signs people ignore, about emotional patterns, about behaviors that slowly destroys relationship. And maybe while listening tonight, you'll finally realize more yung mga things in your heart that has been trying to deny. Ito na, segment 1. Why people ignore red flags? Good question. Alam mo kasi, kung bakit maraming tao yung nag-ignore sa red flags? It is because emotions are powerful. Yung kapag attached ka na, mahina na yung logic. Minsan kahit obvious na yung problema, pinipilit pa rin natin magstay. Because we focus on potential instead of reality. Nakikita natin yung pwede siyang magbago instead of nasasaktan na ako ngayon. And honestly, sometimes people ignore red flags because they're afraid of losing the connection. Especially yung kapag sobrang attached ka na. Kapag nasanay ka ng may kausap araw-araw, kapag naging comfort mo na yung tao, kapag siya na yung mga nagiging takbuhan mo. Even unhealthy love can feel hard to leave. Minsan din, people ignore red flags because they grew up seeing a toxic behavior as normal. It's the way they grew up, yung sigawan, yung manipulation, yung silent treatment, yung selos, jealousy, yung control. Alam nila, normal na lang yun sa relationship. But just because something is common, it doesn't mean that it's healthy. And one dangerous thing about ignoring red flags is this. The longer you tolerate disrespect, the more you teach people how to treat you. Inconsistency is a red flag. Let's talk about that on segment 2. One of the biggest red flag people romanticize inconsistency. Yung mainit ngayon, bukas malamig. sweet kapag convenient, absent pag kailangan mo. And because my moments din okay sila, you're keeping on putting yourself on hope na babalik ulit yung version nilang mabait. Yung version nila na gustong-gusto mo kung bakit ka na-attached. But consistency matters, right? Because love is not only about intense moments, it's about reliability. Sometimes who genuinely cares about you will not constantly confuse you. They won't disappear without explanation. They won't make you question your importance every week. You know, at kung minsan, yung inconsistency, yun yung pinaka nakaka-drain emotionally. Because you become addicted to waiting. Waiting for replies dun sa effort. You're waiting for the reassurance that they can give to you, or for the version of them that only appears sometimes. To be honest, that kind of emotional roller coaster is damaging to people. You. Because slowly you will lose your peace. And you're gonna start overthink, may mali ba akong nagawa? Bakit parang distant? Is there someone else? May iba na ba? Bakit dati ang sweet niya? Healthy love should not constantly make you anxious. How do we control a disguised love? And this is our segment 3 topic. So, another dangerous red flag is controlling behavior disguised as care. At first, it can feel flattering. Uy, concerned siya. At yung kilig mo, di ba? Protective lang siya. Kinikilig ako kasi concerned siya sa akin. But eventually, you'll realize you're losing freedom. Di ba? You stop posting what you want. You stop talking to certain friends kasi ayaw nila. You stop asking permissions for everything. And that's the scary part. Sometimes it happens so gradually. Kahit hindi mo napapansin yung they're already in control. Yung kontrolado ka na. A healthy relationship allows individually. So, you should be allowed to have friends. You should have allowed to have space. Your opinion matters. And personal boundaries, of course. Love should not feel like you're imprisoned. And honestly, people who truly trust you will not constantly try to control every part of you. Distrust and control cannot peacefully exist together. How about our segment 4? It's called love bombing and empty promises. Sorry, nawala ako doon. Well, have you ever experienced someone who came into your life too intensely? Sobrang sweet agad, tapos sobrang bilis ng promises, sobrang bilis ng attachment. Like, yep, instant. At first, parang fairy tale kasi binibigay na panaparamdam sa'yo lahat ng gusto mong maramdaman. They would say all the right things like, I've never felt this way before. Yung mga ganyan, yung mga, oh, you're different from everyone that I've been with, you know? Oh, I can see my future with you. Nothing wrong with that. And because everyone wants to feel special, we fall for it. But sometimes people create emotional intensity without emotional stability. And that's what makes love bombing dangerous, is the attention feels so addictive. Pero eventually, yung sobrang effort sa simula, tapos nawawala, and then you spend the rest of the relationship chasing for the version of them from the very beginning. Kung ano yung pinakita nila. Minsan, empty promises become emotional manipulation. They promise to change, they promise an effort, promise a consistency, but nothing actually improves. They would always make you feel hoping for something. just to hold you up. And slowly you realize words are easy. Patterns reveal the truth all the time. Ito yung pinakamalala itong segment 5 natin. So yung gaslighting and emotional manipulation. Very, very common into a very controlling relationships. So one of the damaging red flags in a relationship is gaslighting. Gaslighting happens when someone makes you question your own reality. Yung binabalik lahat nila sa'yo, yung kakulangan nila. Para ikaw yung magmukhang may pagkukulang, di ba? Yung kapag valid yung valid naman yung nararamdaman mo, pero pinaparamdam sa'yo na OA ka. Yung sobra ka, nabaliw ka, that you're crazy. For example, iniisip mo lang yan. Sensitive ka masyado. Sobrang drama mo. You know? And over time, you stop trusting your own emotion. Because you start apologizing even when you're hurt. Ikaw na yung sasaktan, ikaw pa yung nag-apologize. You know what I mean? And you begin shrinking yourself to avoid conflict. And to be honest, ito talaga yung magde-destroy sa emotional state mo. Because emotional manipulation slowly weakens your self-worth. Begin believing that your feeling is burdensome. But listen carefully. I wanted to tell you that your emotions deserved respect. Healthy partner will listen. Okay? They don't intentionally make you feel crazy for expressing your pain. Okay? Because communication should create understanding. It shouldn't make you feel confused, emotionally confused. And on our segment 6, when they only love you conveniently, it's the same thing. Another painful red flag is a conditional effort. Kung nandyan lang sila kapag convenient, yun yung masakit din di ba? Kapag bored sila, kapag lonely sila, kapag kailangan nila yung comfort. But when you need support, biglang hindi sila available. And sadly, maraming tao yung nasanay sa one-sided relationship. We talked about this on my very first episode. It's called Half Love. They could not reciprocate you emotionally kung ano yung binibigay mo sa kanila emotionally as well. You know? Nasasanay ka na kasi you keep giving time, love, effort, understanding. Habang sila, they barely reciprocate. They can't even give you the bare minimum. Diba? And because may moments of sweetness, we convince ourselves that it's okay na yun. Kasi konting sweetness lang nila, konting effort, nababawi nila yun Kasi you're emotionally attached to it. And that will give you hope. But real love should not constantly feel one-sided. A relationship cannot survive kapag isang tao lang yung emotionally invested. So, if someone truly only treats you very well when it benefits them, it's not a genuine love. That's convenience. So, on our segment 7, disrespect should never be normalized. It's actually true. Would not agree more. You know, one thing that people tolerate too much in a relationship is disrespect. Comes with public humiliation. The insults disguised as jokes. You know, invalidating your feelings, mocking insecurities. And sometimes people would say, ganun lang talaga siya You know, they would still protect the people who disrespects them. Kasi ganun tayo eh, kapag yung in love tayo, hindi natin nakikita yung disrespect eh. Ang nakikita natin kung paano natin sila ipoprotect, right? But listen, love without respect eventually becomes emotional damage. If you keep doing that, um, expect for an emotional damage on your part. Because you cannot build a healthy relationship with someone who constantly make you feel small. And honestly, the way someone speaks to you during conflicts reveal a lot about their emotional maturity. A loving partner can be angry without becoming cruel because emotional safety matters. You should never feel afraid of your partner's reaction because you should feel safe. Yung red flags, you should never ignore. Ano nga ba ito? On our segment 8, we're going to talk about that. There are some red flags people really should have never ignore. Number 1, repeated lying. Diba? Yung nahuli mo na ayaw pang umamin. Diba? It's very common. Repeated cheating. Same thing as lying. I always believe lying is equivalent to cheating. It doesn't mean that if they were actually not telling you things, that's cheating. Kahit pa wala silang, kahit pa super loyal sila, as long as they lied to you, yeah, that's cheating. Another form of cheating, I would say. Third is actually they have aggressive behavior. Okay, and also manipulation, constant disrespect. They also verbally abuse you. Okay, it's very clear. Minsan yung ginagawa nilang joke, dinadaan sa joke, pero yung sarcastic way. Lack of accountability. Ito yung taong hindi na marunong mag-sorry. And that's where gaslighting goes to. Babalik sa'yo kung ano yung nararamdaman mo. Na unhappy ka dun sa sitwasyon. Babalik sa'yo yun. Kasi sabihin nila kasalanan mo. Diba? Because they don't have accountability to take it. Kung ano man yung pagkukulang nila. So, lahat ng ito, I think, especially kapag paulit-ulit na, is massive red flag. Because patterns yung patterns nagmamatter siya more than the apologies. Someone can say sorry 100 times. They can do that. But if the pattern keeps repeating, what is the sorry for? You know? But if the behavior never change and then the apology becomes meaningless, ito yun. Some people stay because they confuse suffering with loyalty. And they think enduring the pain proves love. Sometimes love should not require emotional self-destruction. Choosing yourself is not selfish. Tandaan niyo yan. Protecting your peace is not selfish. Leaving an unhealthy situation is not selfish. Okay? You gotta think about yourself. On the next segment is what we're gonna do is talk about trust your intuition. Sometimes your intuition notices red flags before your heart opens, accept them. It's very true because sometimes you'll notice it, right? The way first, second date, third date, or maybe fifth date, and you will notice it. The way how would they speak with you, the way how do they actually provide you the details of their past, you know? You would notice it, the uncomfortable feeling, yung constant anxiety, emotional exhaustion. And your body often reacts to unhealthy situations before your mind fully understands them. To be honest, deep inside, most people already know when something is wrong. So, us like women, we do have what we call the intuition. Um, we do have there are some women that has a very strong intuition and they can feel it straight away. And they can be wrong because, yeah, it's very strong. But then sometimes if they feel a touch, um, the fear of keeps them staying is that they are afraid of being alone. You know, they're afraid of starting over again. The fear of losing this person. So this person gives you the attachment, the things that you, or the memories that you really want from someone, yet they inconsistently be able to provide it. They can't provide it to become available for them emotionally. You know, but staying in a relationship that destroys your peace can slowly destroy your identity too. There's no relationship is worth losing yourself for. On our next segment is what we call You Deserve Healthy Love. So, before we end this episode tonight, I want to remind you of something really, really important. Healthy love exists. I know that we often feel so attached to someone that it felt like so hard to leave. Pero kung hindi naman tama ang treatment sa'yo, diba? If it's halfway love, if they're not emotionally available for you, why would you waste it for someone? Diba? Bakit mo ibibigay yung karapat-dapat na kaya mong ibigay para sa taong hindi naman? So, keep in mind, healthy love exists. It's not perfect love, it's not fantasy, but in time, you will meet a person who is genuine, respectful, and consistent love. Kind of love wherein you will feel emotionally safe. Yung talagang ang gaang sa pakiramdam. Yung hindi mo na kailangan pang mag-effort na makaramdam ng anxiety or ng exhaustion. Alam mo yun, hindi mo siya mararanasan. Kasi yun yung communication at saka yung respect, yung honesty, mag-exist yan naturally. You deserve someone who chooses you clearly. Someone who values your peace instead of constantly disturbing you. Someone who does not make you feel begged for basic decency. You know, so if you're currently ignoring red flags because you love someone, I hope you remember this. Love should not cost you self-respect. Never forget that. You know, everyone, thank you very much. Thank you very much for all your support. In the last 2 weeks of my podcast, nakita ko yung pag-grow ng channel as quick as possible. I would like to thank every one of you genuinely from deep inside my heart. Thank you very much for supporting me, for supporting our channel, for keeping on subscribing to our channel, keeping yourself listening. And I'm really hoping that you're learning something. I'm hoping that I can be an eye-opener for people who are actually in the misery of love, you know? Especially for those people who are brokenhearted and trying to heal. I truly appreciate that you guys keep on growing, and it's very nice. It feels so nice na alam kong it's not a very visual podcast, pero tinatanggap ninyo at sinasubscribe ninyo, tinatangkilik ninyo. It only means that nafulfill ko yung um, aking feeling at na gusto kong makatulong sa ibang tao. It's not just all about, um, you know, the subscribers, the views. It's just a bonus. But for me to be able to at least inspire people, to help people, kasi naranasan ko lahat to eh. So, ayoko na maging mas mahirap pa to para sa iba. Diba? So, if you actually know some people who might probably needs to hear this episode or some of my podcast episodes na alam ninyong makakatulong sa kanila, I would appreciate if you would share this to them. So we could save lives. We could save more people emotionally. And also, I'd like to remind you as well that I do have a published book. It's called The Space I Never Gave Myself. And this is based on my own experience that I'm sharing for people on how you can actually see yourself as well. It could have been a very big break for me to become an author for this, for me to be able to help more. Especially yung mga gustong ng healing at gustong makita yung sarili nila or makilala pa yung sarili nila at mas magkaroon sila ng personal growth. And this book is available on Amazon.com. If you want some ebook as well, or a physical book, it is available also on my website, which is the whenjillianspeaks.com.au. And also, if you wanted to share your own relationship stories, it's always welcome. So we could possibly do a preserve you and also help you out to be an inspiration for others, and please do send all your stories on our form. We do have a form that you can find on our Facebook and Instagram page. And of course, I'm hoping that once you've done that, your story might help someone to finally see the signs they've been ignoring. So once again, my name is Jillian. I am reminding you to protect your peace, your self-worth, and your emotionally safety matters too. Have a good night, everyone.